Hi there, it's Reva Roo with Roo's Creative Learning Curve. So I learned something new today and I want to share it with you. So I just came to a stop on my other project. I have two of these quilts I'm making. This is for the little boy. So on the little girls, I was running into an issue with the Minky material on the back. And I did all the precautionary things that they tell you to do. But any place where you had like an intersection of stitches, no matter what I did, even using a walking foot, I was still getting a little pleat or a little bunching. So let's hit what we want to do, and you probably have already done this part, but let's still do this for the newest of new. And that is, you've got your layers. So you've got your backing, you've got your Minky on the back, you've got your batting in the middle, and you've got your top material. And what you're going to do is smooth that nice and smooth, and you're either going to use quilting pins. Well, you can use straight pins, but my goodness, it's like impaling yourself as you try to sew with those, but you can use them, and you need to pin a lot if that's all you're going to use. However, on the second one, I am going to use a temporary adhesive, and to do that, you would turn the material, I would say about halfway back, and you start with your adhesive, and you want to be someplace, because it is sticky, if there's any residue overspray, you'll be able to clean it up. So you don't want to do it around like carpeting or something like that. So you're going to spray, you're going to bring your batting down and smooth it. This is actually going to stick together well by itself. Okay, like this. Then you're going to do spritz this layer and bring this back like so, and just smooth it nice and smooth. Now on this one, I will probably baste and do some pinning. It doesn't hurt. I actually ran out to the dollar store and got these gloves. They've got some little bit of grip, which they make specialty sewing gloves. When you quilt, it helps as you're putting the material through to move it on through. Okay, so the next thing I want to mention is when you're working this through the machine, there's you sort of ease the material. So as the needle's coming this way, you're going to just keep easing it through. Now here's the issue I ended up having, because I've eased material through before, like when you put a sleeve in a shirt or something, so the sleeve hole looks so much smaller and your material on your sleeve looks so much bigger. It's like, well, how do you get all that material in? And you ease it through. However, the problem I was having is that it was not easing through no matter what I did, and I was using my brother walking foot. And again, I'm going to show you this on my next video, but this is going to be the highlights, because I think you will find this very effective. Where I was having a problem is, since this was not wanting to ease through at all, it hit me. I thought, it's like there's too much pressure on the walking foot. And I thought, is that a thing? Well, let me tell you, it is a thing. I tried looking up videos. I didn't see any videos on that particularly, and I don't know if they're out there, and it just wasn't showing up on my feed anytime I put it in. So as usual, the last thing that I do is go to the manual. And sure enough, adjusting the pressure, and you can do it with a walking foot. So I am going to go through these steps. I'm going to show how you adjust your stitch length and your pressure on that foot. Let me tell you, when I adjusted the pressure on the foot, bingo, just like that, it made all the difference. So what you will notice, and not all machines, please, I don't want you to think that this is all machines. I've got a Brother SE 1900 and their walking foot. Okay, do you see all this gathering? This is after multiple attempts of taking it out. Now, once I adjusted, and you'll see there's other places I've got to take out because it did the same thing. But when I changed the pressure, it's absolutely perfect. So as I was walking the foot, you would see that it would let you ease material in. So hopefully that will help. So let's recap. You layer, you smooth, pin or base spray. You're going to lengthen your stitch on your machine. You're going to ease your material through, but you can't do that unless you lessen the pressure. I will show you that. And work from the center of the quilt out. And it is a walking foot, so walk, don't run, and push that material through, and you should be good. 2 thumbs up, and happy sewing. Okay, so we've just turned our machine on. We can get it started. And you'll notice right up here where you have your straight stitches and such, you'll see the length. It's going to default right here to 2.5 millimeters. And if you want to change that, you're going to go to this little, you'll see the zigzag, and okay, right here, here's your length. So it's going to default. So if you increase this length to 3, which is a nice length when you're doing the quilting because it's going through those 3 layers. So you want to go ahead and adjust that to 3 millimeters. And then you hit OK. And that's got it set at 3. But remember, if you have to stop and say you're going to go do something else and you've turned your machine off, remember to go back to that and set it at 3 millimeters again, because it will default back to 2.5. Now, our next thing we're going to do is right down here, we're going to change the pressure on the pressure foot. So right here, this is your settings. Okay, and see it starts out with this with control. So let's go to the forward button right here, and there it is, the pressure foot pressure. And normally it is 3, and right now it has it at 2. I thought it would default back, but it has not. So it went from a 3, and I lowered it to a 2. And so that's good. So I want to hit OK. Now for some reason it defaults the 2.5. Evidently the pressure foot, it's not defaulting it back, so that's great. So hopefully that will help. And again, happy sewing.